the strategy was and is innovate, lead, scale, which meant investments into innovation, which means further biomarker algorithms on platform. And I'm very happy to report that that is on track, and you'll actually see us productize and commercialize that now in the next coming months.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me is Ixico CEO Bram Gurdon. And Bram, very good to speak with you. You've had two very positive announcements from Ixico over the last 2 days. Can we start with your full year trading update and the drivers behind that growth?
Sure, yeah, delighted to do that, Stephen, and thanks for having me. I think we had a good year in 25. We obviously delivered above guidance in terms of revenues. And the key drivers, and I've been talking about them before, and we saw them really continued into H2 of the year, are first of all new contract wins, and of course that's what everyone is on the lookout for, but also new contract wins into new disease areas. As you may remember, our innovate, lead, scale strategy is very much about penetrating these big disease areas such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, obviously still very much in neurology, which is our bread and butter, I should say. And that's what we've seen now in pipeline order book, and we start to now also see that, especially for Alzheimer's disease, in revenue. The second one is contract extensions, which has to do with that lead part of the strategy about being a thought leader and being a partner for our customers. And we have actually seen that even as recent as this week, that we had another contract extension in a big Alzheimer's program where we're really shepherding these clients further down their clinical development program. And then the third one is actually very exciting because that's about penetrating new verticals as well, new customer types, and especially in the blood-based biomarker space, we've seen some important wins, and we expect to have more of those as well. And again, actually, the deal which we announced, and we'll talk about it, I guess, in a minute, was exactly in that vertical. So those were really the three drivers, and we expect to actually continue on that path in 26 as well.
I mean, taking a closer look at the order book, Bram, there's been a very particular upward trend in the last 6 months. Can you comment on that?
Yeah, that makes me very happy because, as you may remember, I started 12 months ago. It's sometimes hard to believe that it has been a year already. And obviously, I've very much been on the lookout in H2 and seeing that trend reversal of our order book because we made the investments. As you remember, we did a capital raise just a year ago, I should say. And so what we wanted to see in H2 was really the first signals of that those investments, and so the increase in H2 of the order book is very much a result of that. Obviously, we want to see more of that, and as early as Q1 of this year.
Bram, tell us more about that contract win announcement that you made on Wednesday and Ixico's deepening expertise in diagnostic blood test validation.
As mentioned, it's sort of that third driver, and it's something that we're very much focusing on. So at the one hand, Ixico is and will be supporting biotech and pharma with new therapeutics and the development of new drugs. But when we talk about blood-based biomarkers, we're actually talking about the diagnostics market. And what's interesting there is that this is not phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. This is actually developing or supporting a development program of a solution that will come to market and will be approved as a diagnostic. And so what we basically do as an imaging company and as a gold standard, I should say, for biomarkers is validating those blood-based biomarkers that then will become diagnostics in specific areas. You may remember in this case, we actually cannot disclose the client, but 6 months ago, we disclosed that we were doing this for Fujirebio as well, when they actually had the first Alzheimer's blood-based biomarker test that came to market.
Bram, you performed an oversubscribed capital raise less than 12 months ago. How's the utilization of proceeds come along?
As I mentioned before, obviously, we've put a lot of effort in executing as soon as we had that oversubscribed capital raise closed. As mentioned, the strategy was and is innovate, lead, scale, which meant investments into innovation, which means further biomarker algorithms on platform. And I'm very happy to report that that is on track, and you'll actually see us productize and commercialize that now in the next coming months. Secondly, the leads, that is about hiring further medical personnel and making sure that we really have further thought leadership Those people are there. They're part of the Ixico team now. And then the third one was about scaling. And again, we brought new people on board. We set up bigger operations, especially at the other side of the pond in the US. And so I think that work is done. So now it's very much around execution and doing more of the same.
Bram, what are your key ambitions for 2026?
It's a good segue. So more of the same, as I already mentioned. I think the strategy is working, innovate, lead, scale. So we definitely want to continue down that path. You can expect us to be more vocal about some of these innovations on platform. As I mentioned, we made major efforts in 25. So obviously we want to make some noise about them in 26. And I think interestingly as well, our technology, because we are very much a technology play first, has always been a bit of a hidden gem, I should say, almost underneath the hood, if you wish, in the company, and we'll be making some more noise about that as well. And you might also see us make some partnerships there because, as I've mentioned before, we do believe that that's also a gateway to new revenue streams.
Well, Bram, I hope you'll continue to keep us updated with your performance. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
No, very glad to do that, and I'll be very happy to come back.
Bram Gurdon, the CEO of Ixico.